If you notice, my dehumidifier is not on, and that's because it's full. 67% humidity in here, which I have it set on like 40. I came in here, I was wondering why it wasn't working, and that's because the back tray is full. So I'll be able to do a quick pump out first. I thought that'd be a good time to review it. Now, this product was sent to me by the company. It was a gift, and I needed a dehumidifier in here. This one's a lot bigger than I need because this is about 400 square feet. And but I needed it because I have a lot of electronics. This is my studio where I do all my editing and stuff. I have a lot of different tools and things. And the humidity, as you can see, it's 68 in here, which is pretty high. I mean, it's probably 90 something outside. So let's take a closer look and I'll show you all the features, but we will first start with how to use the pump and this hose and pump that water out. So here we are up close. Now it does come with a manual, but all the buttons are laid out really simple and they're labeled very well. We're going to be doing the drain first. So here's the pump button. It has two hoses. So not to be confused, this is the permanent drain hose. So this is the one if you were using the drain and keeping it hooked up, this is the one you would use. And this is the one to pump out. So it's 15 feet. That's going to give you plenty of room to pump to a sink or out a window. It can go a maximum of 10 feet up in the air, which is really cool. But I'm going to hook this up on the back. Now there are three different ways to pump out. One is with this hose here, slide it all the way. Two, again, is the permanent hose, which to fix that, you unscrew this, pull it out, put the fixed hose in. Or three, which is take the whole tray out. And so I'll take that out and show you a little bit more later once we dump the water. But this is where it drips, it goes right here, and there's a little slot, and that's where it fills up. So we're gonna leave this in place, and we're gonna do the pump out. So we can show everything in one shot. I brought this cup, so we're gonna see if we can control how much comes out. Hold this down for 3 seconds. It should start pumping. Tap it again to turn it off. 1, 2, 3. So it's gonna start pumping out. There it goes. I hear it filling the line, and it should start filling up our cup here. There we go. And so you can see it's pumping out, and now that there's room, the dehumidifier is actually turned on. The easiest way to get it to stop is to hold that button down as I did to turn it off, or just hit the power button. It'll turn the whole thing off and stop pumping. Once you're done with your hose, just disconnect it, and then you're done. But I'm going to dump this out in a little bit when I show you the parts and pieces. Let's go over the control panel first. So for the controls, it's very simple. We'll start from the left side since we already know what the pump does. The lock button will lock the settings. Hold that down for 3 seconds and no one can push buttons and change things. The fan speed, you can go high and low. Then your swing, if you hit that, it will actually make the vent swing open and closed. And it'll kind of change that airflow. Humidity, so to change this one, it needs to be either in dry or dehumidify, and you can hit the button or change it. It goes from 30% humidity all the way up to I think 80. Yeah, 80. So then it goes back to 30. So it's up to you how you want to set it. I like to leave it on the dehumidify mode. That's what I had it on all last night. This is your mode button, so that changes in between. Timer, so you want to set a timer for it to turn off, and then your power button to turn the whole thing off. Now for the back side of the unit, you have your filters here. Just kind of pull this off, and this is the filter. You just kind of wash this, and you can see the coils right there. Snaps back into place at the top on the sides. Then on the bottom is your tank. The tank removes by pulling just both sides. It slides right out. And then here is your drain plug. So this is the drain that I plugged into, but then if you unscrew this, you can pull that out and put the permanent drain in there. Let's go ahead and take this out. I want to show the level so you can see right here, that's how much water I removed. Pulling the tank out, it's real easy. You just kind of pull on both sides evenly. Now, if you pull this out while you're pumping, it'll automatically stop pumping. It'll realize, hey, the water is not connected, and it'll stop. If you pull it out halfway, you can reach the handle. This is the easiest way that I found to do it, and then you can pick it up and slide it out. I did want to show it. The pump is down in here, like where it's coming from. You can see it right back there. That's where it pulls the water from. And on the tank, it pulls from right here. And if we look in this spot where you dump, they have a hose right there that's connected to the bottom. So that hose comes up into here. So it's pumping from the bottom. Whenever you go to dump the tank, I wanted to say you don't have to take this off. It just dumps right out of the corner right here. But I want to take this off to show the inside. So if you pull this plate off, if you want to clean it, or whenever you dump it, there's actually a filter in here right at the bottom of the hose. So if you're using this for a continuous drain or pumping, there's a little mesh filter in there. So just know that that's in there. You can see it right there. But here's all the water in here. I'm gonna go ahead and dump it out so that I can start up my unit again. Now that it's drained, it's easier to see that filter in there and also the shutoffs. And so this is your level sensors, like it senses it, knows when to turn it off. All right, so that's all the parts and pieces, kind of run over all the controls. Again, this does up to 150 pints per day, up to 8,000 square feet, which I'm not gonna need because my house isn't that big, but it's great to know that. And for being able to do that much space, it'll do my shop a lot faster. So it's already brought it down to 52% humidity from 68, and it hasn't been running that long since I dumped the back. It has 3 different ways to pump out, 3 different humidity modes, 2 different fan modes. It's very quiet, and so the company claims it's like 45 decibels, I think it is. Really like the unit. I think it's great, nice and out of the way. I did miss a couple things. You want to keep it about 7 or 8 inches from each corner so that it has room to pull the air in. Also, if you do that pump, the big long one, if you hit the pump button, it's gonna do continuously. If you decide you want to leave, it's gonna run for 12 minutes, then it'll shut off. So don't worry about the pump to try to continuously run. Also, it has an auto sense whenever there's no water coming through the line and it's just pulling air, it'll turn off on its own. So if you want to hit the pump and step out, it should be okay. So yeah, great little unit here. I really like it, really easy to use and read. So I look forward to using this now in my shop to keep all my electronics, my computer, and my workstation nice and low humidity.